everybody. Welcome to the premiere episode of American Crime Story, The Assassination of Gianni Versace pregame show. That is the longest pregame show title.
It's a lot.
That's quite a bit. I'm Tresade, here with the Fifth Column Network, editor of FCN1, which is home of news, politics, and business, and host of Prime News. I am joined with Brent Barnett. He is, what is your Instagram? Wait,
at soul_minister.
Joined by Brent Barnett. Say hello to everybody out there.
Hello, everybody. Versace, Versace. Versace, Versace, Versace.
Okay, so how long you been waiting to say that line?
I was practicing it on the way here.
Okay, that's not bad. That's
not that long.
That's not bad at all.
Long, yeah.
All right, so if you don't know what a pregame show is pretty self-explanatory. While the rest of the world is doing post-show everything, we come on before the show and we want to talk about what happened in the episode before and give predictions of what we think is going to happen. Yes, but since this is the first episode of the new season, we're going to talk about the last season, which many people thought was
the GOAT.
The GOAT.
It was incredible.
It was The People versus O.J. Simpson. If you haven't watched it, where have you been? I don't know.
Under a rock.
Under a rock. But it was an amazing show. How many times have you seen it?
So I watched the whole thing on TV, and then I watched it again on Netflix. So that's 2.
I've seen it 6 times.
It's okay.
From beginning to end.
This is a safe place.
Is it?
It's safe. You can say that.
I loved it.
6 times.
I had a certain 6-year-old watch it with me.
What did they have to say about
He
it?
was like, we about to watch DJ Simpson. I'd be like, wait, what? And he would always wait to see Robert Shapiro because he'd be like, that's the villain. That's the villain, yeah.
Why? Because it's John Travolta?
I don't know. But that was the villain
he
for
wasn't
him.
the villain?
I thought he was the villain.
I mean, a little bit, but he was trying to help OJ.
Was he, or was he trying to
I
help
don't know.
himself?
We're going to talk about it.
We're going to talk about it.
I think to a great degree, and you can speak to this a little bit. A lawyer is always trying to help themselves to a great degree.
No comment.
Wait, this is gonna be no fun if I can't pull on your past legal history. Plead the fifth.
Former lawyer here. I'll make no comment. Most of the time, I guess. Well, they're looking out for their reputation.
It's a continuum. You know what I'm saying? You're serving a client, and maybe in this particular case, and I'm not a lawyer, but in this particular case, it's 60-40, 60 them, 40 you. Then maybe you don't really like this person, but you're going to do it anyway, and then it's 90-10. You know what I'm saying?
Yikes.
So,
that's terrible still.
I don't know. I've seen Philadelphia a couple times.
Okay. All right. Did you just quote a movie from...
Hey, Philadelphia is a good one.
Lord have mercy.
It's a good one.
All right, so I know there's people out there who definitely watched People vs. O.J. Simpson. I did a poll on Facebook. People were talking about how great it was. I ain't going to lie. When I saw what the second season was going to be about, I was like, Gianni Versace?
I was disappointed.
Yeah.
Not because of Gianni Versace, but because I had heard that the second season was going to be about Hurricane Katrina.
Yes. That's
so
exactly
I was
what
more
they
interested in
announced.
watching that story than I am in this, because I kind of feel like we've talked about the rich, victim or the rich perpetrator in whatever case, and we've also talked about the effect of the media on a case and how all of these things. Now this never went to trial, but how all of these things play out.
Right.
So I just feel like we tread down that water already, and there's so many stories in Hurricane Katrina that would have been more interesting to me.
That's a good point. They pushed it to season 3.
Okay.
So it's
I'm
still
cool
coming.
with that.
But I too was looking for that because they did all those articles and announcements that they were going to do Katrina, and then I'm like, Gianni Versace. I just like saying Versace.
I like how you say that. Hey man, Deacon Versace is here. Hey man, wave your hand so everyone know who you are. That's that like real short little deacon that dressed real nice.
He's so stupid.
That's who he is, Deacon Versace.
I hate you so much.
But you got a picture of who I'm talking about,
Yes,
though.
I do.
You did.
I do. All right, so I want to talk about the first season.
Yes.
I want to pull out some of the things that we thought were great, some of the things we probably didn't like so much that could have been different, and then definitely talk about what we expect from season 2, if it will compare. So I pulled out 10 things from the entire season of O.J. Simpson, and we're going to go. There are no particular order, so I don't want nobody coming in the comments like, why you mention that first? And it's kind of in the order in which these concepts appear in the season.
Sure.
All right? So let's look at the first one. The first one, we're going to roll that graphic image, the casting.
Yes.
What did you think about the casting in the first season?
Spot on, except for...
Let me guess.
Cuba Gooding Jr. And it's not that I don't think he's a great actor. I do think he's a great actor. But he's so small.
Yes.
And it's one thing, you know, on stage to have a actor with a lot of presence who's not very big physically. Yeah. Right? Because they can project that in a different way. And plus, on stage, you really can't tell how big somebody is. Right. But when it's camera, and they're not necessarily making an effort to make him appear larger. Right? He's a small guy. And so OJ is not a small person. Right. So that was the only problem, just in optics. Okay. Everybody else, I think they got pretty
I
good.
agree with that. OJ is big, tall. He had a different voice. And I felt like, that's a very integral part of who OJ is. And it was an integral part in telling a story of abuse, if that makes sense. Sure. And even the story of admiration, like this is a football player that many, many men loved, particularly the police, because you could see they talked about how the admiration kind of screwed up the initial investigation. And I'm like, oh, you couldn't have found anybody else. But the only thing that kind of made it okay was the fact that OJ wasn't really a leading character in this series. No. Because
you know him. And this is a case that has been talked about. Almost every person who was involved wrote a book. There's been so many TV movies. It's been touched on a lot. So you don't have to necessarily zero in on OJ as a character. Right. You can explore a lot of the other stories and storylines around him. And I think the one thing that Cuba did get right was that he did a good job of projecting this idea of being rich and black. Yes. And which is different and I'm black, but I'm not rich. Anyway. Yeah, anyway.
Well, name it, claim it.
Look, I mean, and I don't even, I don't do that. But anyway, I mean, I'm working towards that. But so, I think being black and rich in Atlanta might be different than being black and rich in LA.
Yes, not might, is.
Right? Is black and rich in Brentwood as opposed to black and rich in, wherever else, Baldwin Hills. I'm just pulling out neighborhoods I've heard on television. I've never been to LA. It's still LA. I'm just saying I've never, never been there.
It's not Brentwood.
Right.
Buckhead, Atlanta.
Oh, so is that like the parallel?
Yes.
So Brentwood is Buckhead?
Yes, sir.
But Buckhead is super black.
No, you're thinking Bankhead. Bankhead.
But I know of some very wealthy black people who live in Buckhead.
That's the parallel.
Oh, well,
Okay.
there you go.
Well, there we go.
There you go. You got it.
The more you know.
You got it. Who was your favorite character, though? Like, who was your favorite character?
Man. So.
Look, mine was John Travolta.
I just felt like that's an easy answer, so I wasn't going to say that.
Sleazy. He was narcissistic. He was whiny. He was just, it was so extra.
But here's the thing, right? It's like, you acting like didn't nobody die. You acting like OJ called you and said, hey, Rob, man, I done ran into the house. Yeah, I was drunk and I ran into the house and I need you to come. It's not the same.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Not the same. That's true. I need you to act like people died.
That's funny. He didn't.
Robert Shapiro.
He was definitely 90% himself,
for
10%
sure.
Everybody else.
For
okay.
Sure.
Producers are saying, move it faster to number 2. Let's look at what number 2 is from People vs. O.J. Simpson. It is the Kardashian mentions all throughout the season. That was not one of my favorite moments.
If I could fall over on this couch, I would. And just... That was the worst.
It was the worst.
The absolute worst.
Oh, not in little Kimmy's room. Like, oh my
Kardashian. Kardashian.
Which did not happen. That got fact-checked by many sources that never happened. But yeah, they kept mentioning them and the mama, what's her name, Chris. They just kept mentioning it. And I understand why, like, at least a little bit. Like, you want to know this woman basically started building an empire from being involved in this. But Little
but
Kimmy.
that's not what this is about.
That's not what this is about at all.
It's not. And I also feel like the Robert Kardashian of the series and the Robert Kardashian of history are two different people. And that if it was not played by Schwimmer and played by somebody else, it could have been way less sympathetic. Because the entire time he's playing it like, oh, OJ. You know, like he's so shocked and he's so, I can't believe that this is happening. And, oh my gosh. Like, but that to me was not who I saw watching footage of the actual trial.
Yeah, I agree with that. Number 3, in the People versus O.J. Simpson, it's the black man to black man connection.
Johnny Cochran.
Johnny Cochran.
Ooh, he had that race card on deck, boy. Had that like this.
From beginning to end, you watch Johnny really understand, like very conscious of his blackness as a man, as he, relates to Darden from the beginning to the end. Even when Darden was working in that one special department, he's like, man, you working for the wrong side. You need to come on this side. Even trying to help Darden during the trial, like, yeah, I'm trying to win, but brother, you might want to stay away from Furman, or you might not want to do this. And
well, what struck me first was how he, and I don't know if this is true or not, how he rearranged OJ's house.
Yes.
And took the art from his office to OJ's house to make him appear more black before the jury came. That struck me. But then the other thing that struck me was to somebody like Johnny Cochran, who's a baby boomer, who came up through civil rights, who had experienced all those things, and I think he's from the South too.
I wouldn't know.
Fact checking somebody, Google it.
Intern over there, fact check that.
The commenters will tell us.
The commenters.
the commenters, they'll tell us. But someone who's got all that baggage, to be able to do something like this, where you get a very visible black man off of a murder rap, to me, that's kind of a twisted justice a little bit. Like, this isn't just for OJ.
Right.
Like, this is for Rodney King, this is for Dr. King, this is for
Right.
Billy King, like all the kings.
Yeah, I think the show showed that really well too. That he was like, no, I'm doing this for an entire people. At the same time, I also thought the show did a good job of showing kind of a juxtaposed position with Darden, where he's like, this ain't gonna change nothing. The police still gonna keep killing us, and I wish you wouldn't have done this on behalf of OJ, a murderer. I thought the show did a real good job of balancing that.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
I think the other black man to black man connection was, you know, him with OJ himself. Mm-hmm. Remember where he did that pep talk with him in jail to really just kind of get his head in the game, if you will. I loved that part. I loved, you know, Johnny's whole black maleness and the whole thing.
Have a comment?
Yeah.
One Ramon Javier Benitez says, why did Johnny do that? Wouldn't they want OJ to seem like he loved whites and Nicole and not seem like a black militant?
It's a good observation, whoever that is. I never heard that name before.
Me neither.
But I think that the reason why you would want to position OJ as a black man is because you need to win it in the court of public opinion. You need to win it in the black media. You need to win it in the black community. And you need to win it to black jurors. Yeah. Because you got to realize this is a man who, when he was just kind of famous, had a black wife. Right. Then when he got super rich and real famous, traded in, right? And there's elements of that, right? And that is not lost on black people, right? However, and we're not saying that every black man who marries a white woman is doing.
I was about to say, I knew that was coming.
Is doing it. Oh, he's ruined it. Okay.
Okay, well, let's move on to number 4. Number 4 is the trials and tribulations of Marsha Clark. Listen, I thought the show did a great job of showing what was going on in that woman's life.
We could have just done episodes of Marsha Clark, and it would have been epic.
I had no idea she was going through a divorce at the time.
Didn't know that either.
The show highlighted all the gender issues of being a working mom, right? You remember that scene where Johnny basically called her out, you know, for having to take care of her kids. I couldn't even believe it. But
the whole image thing where she's cutting her hair and changing how she looks and her clothes.
Everything. What else? The nude photo. I didn't remember that. I don't remember that. But the nude photo leaking, you know, just all of those things, like, just really showcased what was going on in her life.
There's a lot of this that I'm on the younger end of the millennial spectrum, so there's a lot. Don't do that. So there's a lot of this that I missed. Primarily, not because I wasn't paying attention, but primarily because, this was sold to me like OJ's innocent.
Right.
There's no way he could have done it.
Right.
Come on, it's the juice. That's how black people work.
Right. It's
That's
the man trying to catch him.
See,
up.
the white man. You know what he did. You know what he did. This is every barbershop conversation that I'm having.
Everyone.
And I'm still on the booster at this point. You know what I'm saying? I was only 7 when this went down. So
is that accurate?
94, right?
95 is when that verdict came down.
5?
Yeah, 95.
The murder happened
96?
in June of 94, though.
Yes, it did.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I remember watching the chase with my parents.
Mommy, Daddy, why did Bronco moving so fast? Well, little friend.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
Voice.
Oh my
What
God!
you doing?
That's how I got.
He said, well, I wasn't sitting on his lap either, right?
Oh my God!
Well, little Brit.
That's funny.
Why does that crazy black man have a gun to his head?
Oh my God!
That's horrible.
That's so bad.
That's horrible.
I'm bound by contract. I'm not allowed to tell my age on the shows, so
Okay.
I can't tell where I was when the verdict came down or anything like that. So
It's all
yeah,
good.
I was
I'm sure that Ray will tell how old I am.
Number 5. The show did an amazing job of pulling together the racist history of the LAPD
Yes.
to give us real context of why they even brought race up in the first place in this trial.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, I just knew that Johnny had played the race card, right? He brought it up. It wasn't until this series that I really felt like I had a full understanding of the timeline of events in relation to this. It made it every time now that I hear someone say, "Oh, Johnny played the race card," I know that is not accurate.
You can't play it if
at
it's
all.
not on the table.
You can't.
And so,
Such a preacher phrase.
Yeah, so I just think that understanding what is up under a case like this is key to really understanding the impact of it and why it played out the way it played out. I mean, and I think we never really even talk about the fact that and I don't necessarily call Asians people of color, but definitely, non-white persons. Had we not had a judge who was,
Right.
Asian or a person of color,
Right.
I think this would have been a much different
I
case.
agree 100%.
Yeah.
They did a great job. I'm glad that they had it in LA and County.
Sure.
And had a bunch of people of color. This would have been completely different if it was tried in a different county.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Let's see. Number 6. Darden and Marsha's relationship.
And these are things that you think are just rumors. I want to know how much of this was true though.
Lots of it. Like, these got fact checked.
So they was like really like
The Oakland.
90-10.
The trip to Oakland was real.
Real.
Fact checked. The dancing with tequila in the office, fact checked, real. Like, all of it was real.
You know what would have been even more epic?
What?
If like on the 20th anniversary, like you meet like little baby
Okay.
Clark Darden.
Okay. Clark Darden.
Yeah, little baby Clark Darden.
Oh, no, that would be
That
terrible.
would have been epic.
Nah, if they had slept together, we would have seen it.
I
We
mean,
would've
I'm
seen
sure,
it.
but maybe you know.
No. Don't even put that image in my mind, a little biracial.
Hey, we are just now meeting the love children of the 90s.
Okay. All right.
We met Bill Clinton's little half black baby. He's out there somewhere. Oprah's he looked like, he looked like, I feel like I'm on Maury. Look at that nose. Look at that nose. And then they always go up to the
Yes, but
the
they always
screen.
go up
Look
to
at
it.
that nose. Look at his mouth. And the baby's like this.
Always.
Always. Look at his mouth. Maury, I am 300% sure.
That's when you know they lying. Anytime you go above 100, I'll be like, oh, she lying. 300 means she got 3 possibles.
Yeah, it's like 3 other
If I
people.
got 1,000%, you got 10 possibles.
I'm 1,000. It's like a multiple. I'm 1,000% sure that he is the father of my baby. But you only get to do that once. You can only do that on the first time.
Nah, they still do it when they come back.
Maury, I know that Davion is the father.
I'll be like, oh my God, Bone, Quisha.
But you know what I
no.
love? And this is not about Maury, but this is the last thing. What I love is when they name the child after the dude, and then the dude is not the baby. In the case of Davion Jr., Davion, you are not the father. And then he get up and do the motorcycle dance.
And
he's really right.
Listen, because I blame it on name it and claim it. See, they be like, man, you know, if I just put it on this piece of paper, it will make it true.
Right. I'm going to write the vision and make it plain.
We had a comment in the studio that so many hoes believe that. Okay, just want to make sure y'all heard that out there. Okay. Let's see what else. Number seven. The jury that couldn't keep no jurors or their deputies.
I'm saying.
Y'all
got them having continental breakfast. They've been there for 6 months.
Been there forever. They was doing anything to get out or was found lying, so they had to be kicked out.
Are you allowed to write a book after the case is over as a juror?
Can
you write a book?
I think so. People do, don't they?
Are you allowed to do
I think a few jurors did, didn't they?
Yeah, the three black women, they got together and wrote a book together.
Okay. Yeah, you can write a book.
Yeah, I'd have been writing it while I was in there.
They didn't. Did they have access to pens and pencils?
Probably not.
Remember, see, they didn't have no TV, no magazines, nothing.
One of the white men was found out that he had gotten a publicist inside.
Listen.
And so they took everybody's stuff away because he was literally writing the book throughout this trial. So they took everybody's pen and paper away.
I mean, I can't blame.
Listen, that was the part that helped me understand why the jury deliberation was only 4 hours.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Y'all have been here forever.
It's been exhausted, though.
You ain't seen your family. You ain't got access to know nothing.
They closed that door. Let's vote.
Right now. Now. I ain't seen such and such. I got
if you don't know what you voted in after 6 months, where you been?
It was a year.
It was a year?
It was a year. Wasn't that joint a year?
It was a whole year?
Y'all like, I don't know.
We need y'all to be on Google right now.
Hey, man, that's what I'm doing.
What you doing over there? See, we done hired a new intern.
Engaged.
You about to get fired tonight.
You're not engaged.
You're taking all the pictures.
We on Snapchat.
Oh, we can't multitask. Oh my God. Number 8.
Number 8.
But you have a comment.
Oh yes.
Someone, a young lady by the name of Corey Phillips on Facebook said, "Why is Grown Ups on and not the show?" So.
Is it 10 o'clock?
What?
It's 10:05.
I don't know
Corey, baby, it's FX, not Fox.
Okay.
Corey. Make sure you got the right.
Yeah, make sure they got the right station.
Get the clicker, Corey, and go from you on TBS. Corey, is you on TBS?
Why
Go
is
to
that?
Corey.
That's a classic.
Baby, go to FX. You on the wrong? No, go up one. It's FX. You on TBS, baby.
It ain't CW.
It ain't CW. You on TBS. They got to deal with the grown. That's why you watching Grown Ups.
Yeah, I'm like Grown Ups. What is that?
It's on She on Corey. Is she?
Oh shoot!
Make sure she's on the right channel, Corey.
Why are you doing
Is you on the right channel?
Okay, Lord Jesus. Number 8, the progression of Rob Kardashian from hero of OJ, to the most skeptical, sad.
100 to 0 real quick. Ooh wee!
Listen, that whole progression, his trepidation, his sadness, him throwing up in the bathroom because he believes his friend did it, his checking the garment bag because he's scared there's going to be blood, and listen.
I didn't buy it.
You didn't buy it?
I didn't buy any of that. I think it was in an effort for the Kardashian family to distance themselves, to kind of vindicate their father and rewrite history, that he did not believe OJ so much as it went on, and he completely absolved himself of their friendship. I thought it was a bunch of BS. I thought it was pure BS.
Well, how much of that can you really do? You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, there is no Kardashian name without this case.
Yes.
He's a lawyer that nobody knows, and not to defame his memory, but he's a lawyer that nobody knows.
He wasn't even
when this happened. So
he was literally OJ's handler.
Exactly. So this it's a you are a non-entity without him and without this case. So to then 20 years later try to wash your hands of it is kind of ridiculous. So,
you Kardashian fans, please send all of your hate mail directly to @soul_minister.
Hey, listen, they doing what they can do, and they have far more money than me with little. Let me shut up.
Okay. You about to start preaching?
Yeah, no. I'm
good. Yeah. Number 9, the Furman.
Wait a minute, Corey, is you on the right channel now? She is.
In fact, on the right channel.
All right.
Was she on TBS?
Probably so.
Okay. Good.
That is funny than a mug.
I wanted
Found it.
As long as you
check
found
on
it.
you, Corey. It's all right, Corey.
That is so funny. Number 9, them Furman tapes. Listen, getting the tapes, like, I didn't realize that they had to go to court in the South to get them tapes. I didn't realize Judge Ito's wife was implicated.
Now, did they mention the fact that the tapes were recorded for a movie?
Yeah, it was for a book or a movie.
Like he was being interviewed?
Yeah, they mentioned that.
Okay.
I had no idea. That whole tapes thing was great. The whole just getting them playing it out and showing how it kind of made the trial go a little to the left for a minute.
Sure.
I thought that was a great part in the season.
Well, he's one of the most interesting pieces of this thing because you think about it, he's just on the one hand he's kind of an innocent bystander. He's just showing up, doing his job, and then he's, vilified because of things that happened before this case and not necessarily what he did on the case. So it's interesting just from a story standpoint of his place in all of this, and then how things he said previously, things he did previously play into, the perception of what he did on the case. So
my favorite part, though, was when he was getting that cross-examination.
Ooh,
and he basically was like, so you ain't said the N-word? And he just like, no, I ain't never do that. And then all of a sudden, so have you ever manufactured? I plead the fifth. So I plead the fifth. Best part, I loved it. I love the dramatization of the entire thing. Fifth. You got a comment? You came over? No?
Yeah, you said, Brent, what he did in the past. Were you speaking more about the fact that he was called to the Simpson estate multiple times for this, or are you just talking about his past and dealing with blacks and minorities? Because I thought that them really talking about in other documentaries and the O.J. Simpson trial was very fascinating that this same cop had come to that house multiple occasions. Right. So it really did make it seem that he could have had a vendetta because he was very upset that Nicole did not press charges.
Yes.
And here's this one time when there's another call, and I don't know, like that whole Furman just really, and I think that it made you go, I don't know, maybe they did do this to OJ. Maybe he did this to OJ. And so I don't know, man.
I mean, it's a gotcha on both sides.
Yeah, it is.
Because on the side of Johnny Cochran and the defense team, it's, and for many black people, this is payback for Rodney King.
That's right.
Right? On the side of the LAPD and Furman and the prosecution, it's a gotcha because, he's been beating her for years.
Right.
And has not had to deal with the consequences of that.
Yeah. All right, our last one, number 10. I love how they showed OJ's exile after the verdict came down. He came home. He thought he was going to pick up right where he left off.
Oh, but no.
Oh, but no. He had that party in the house. He was like, AC, who are all these people? He's like, where's such and such? Where's such and such?
AC had to put an ad in Variety to fill up. Wanted.
Wasn't nobody there.
Nobody.
I love how they showed that.
Yeah.
Because I don't think people think about that. I don't think people think about, you might go through something and get off and not have to be punished, but you still got issues you got to deal with after the fact.
There's still consequences no matter how things turn out. Whether it's good for you or bad for you, there's still consequences for that. And I think that also may have helped him to understand, at least for a little while, that he was still black.
Yeah.
Because if you were a black man that went through a trial like that, or of any kind, or went to jail or anything like that, and came back to your neighborhood, things are different for you.
Yes.
It's hard to get a job. It's hard to get housing. Right. All these things are different. So you can't. There's only so much. I'm not black. I'm OJ. You can do when everybody is seeing you for really who you are.
Yeah.
And then add insult to injury, losing the civil case. Yeah, so you know what I mean? And
Losing
then,
big.
Right, and then we see how it turned out later that he's in jail. Well, was in jail. Just got out, but,
Yeah.
Yeah, I picked him up.
You picked him up?
Yep.
How was he?
Oh, he was good. He was good. I had a fifth of Hennessy, 2 white chicks, and a tightly wrapped blunt for the man.
So you were an enabler. Got it. Got it.
That's how he ended up back.
Right. How much time we got?
Wrap this up, baby.
All right, wrap this up. No time to show the look into. Let's show that look into.
Are we going to talk about it at all? No.
What?
About Versace?
Yeah, we are. We're going to show them a quick video
Quick
look
that,
into the season 2.
Shortly before 9 a.m., fashion designer Gianni Versace was shot on the steps of his villa.
Pronounced Versace.
Singer?
That's Liberace.
He was a creator. He was a genius. Everything you see around us, this house, this company, it was his life. I will not allow that man, nobody, to kill my brother twice.
So what brings you to Miami?
I know people.
Oh, yeah?
Versace.
Versace. You're creative, yes?
Of course.
I can be submissive. You have no idea.
What do you do for work?
Listen up. What are your greatest attributes?
I'm smart. I'm clever.
I was thinking more along the lines of how big.
You can't do it, can you?
Can't what?
Stop lying.
Andrew Cunanan, 27 years old. He's killed 4 men. This world has wasted me, and yet this world also made you, Mr. Versace, into a star. You're not better than me. We're the same. The only difference is that you got lucky.
The Assassination of Gianni Versace premieres Wednesday, January 17th on FX.
All right. What you thinking after watching that look into season 2?
I'm still craving Hurricane Katrina.
Okay.
However,
All right.
I think that this will be an interesting story for a few reasons, because you're looking at, a high-profile death of someone in a time where we were just starting to talk about LGBT issues.
Right.
And so putting that murder against how the climate is now is going to be interesting, and looking at it from how people responded to it then. I think that'll be neat. I think casting-wise, they got it pretty good.
Yeah.
At least the look of it.
Right.
But we'll see.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be as good as the OJ season. That's how I feel at this moment. And probably because I would prefer to see a trial or something versus, non-trial. But I am interested in seeing the FBI F up an investigation, because that's really what this is about. You know, when the old dude, what's his face, Gianni Versace got shot, it just seemed like it kind of came out of nowhere, and all of a sudden this is a serial killer. Like, wait a minute, wait. So I am interested in seeing the blunders of the FBI, like how they messed up to where a man of this magnitude was killed. And
you also realize that this is not a case that is as covered as OJ.
Not at all.
For whatever reason, it's just not.
Right.
So, and you would think it would be, but to see some of the ins and outs of it, to understand why Cunanan wasn't caught previously, how he wove his tail to get into that world and all that, I think will be interesting.
Yeah, I love stuff about serial killers and crime.
Yeah, I'm a big true crime guy. Love true
crime. I am interested in learning more about his serial killing shenanigans.
Serial killing shenanigans.
Yes.
Andrew, how did when you started the serial killing, what was you thinking? Was you thinking I just might kill 1 or 2 people and just see how it goes, and then I'm gonna keep killing, go down to Miami and be killing? Or what you thought? Did you plan it out? Did you write it down? How did it go? He just seemed like he just lying all over the place, just lying and faking and putting on different characters and being different people. That should be interesting. Yeah. Yeah. We'll and they got the right actor to do it. Yeah, they did. Yeah. They did. Darren Criss is his name, I think?
Yes. Yeah, from Glee? That is correct.
Yeah,
yes.
He's a good one.
That is correct. Everybody on Twitter, at least, following the hashtag, they're excited to see him play that character.
Cool.
All right, well, we're going to wrap it up because I know y'all trying to go watch the show. I want to go see the show. I got my fingers crossed. I hope it's entertaining because if it's not, it's going to be a long pregame show season for me. All right, with that.
Corey, make sure you're on the right channel. Corey?
Yes,
somebody
make sure
check on Corey and make sure she's on the right channel. Hey.
As far as I know, yeah.
Okay.
Make sure it's on FX, y'all.
FX, not TBS.
FX, not anything else. FX,
Okay.
all right?
And if your DirecTV's not working, call somebody so that it can work and you can watch the show.
Brent, you're always welcome.
Well, thanks.
You are.
It's good to be here.
I'm glad. Tell them where they can find you on the Instagram.
You can find me on the interwebs. On Instagram, it's @soul_minister. Facebook, Brent Barnett. And my website for my business is bsquaredesign.com.
All right, y'all. We're going to wrap it up tomorrow. We will be here at 7 p.m.-ish with me anchoring the Prime News, followed by True Baller Thursdays with @J.Co doing all things NBA, followed by the Scandal pregame show called Wind Down Thursdays now, hosted by Starlin K. Mathis. Tomorrow's going to be jam-packed. Yeah, Scandal premieres tomorrow too, right? So tomorrow's going to be jam-packed. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, follow so that you get all the notifications that we are live. With that, I am Trezina, your host of American Crime Story, The Assassination of Gianni Versace pregame show. I'm going to find a new title by next week. All right. Bye, y'all. Bye.
Hey.
And I'm done. I think that's the show.
That's the show.
That is
that's
the sir.
Sir.
Thank you. And good night.
Good night. Good night, everybody.
Hey, thank you. Thank you for coming out.
Coming out. Good night. God bless. Good night. I said a couple jokes in there.
Yeah, absolutely. See, boom, bam, boom, wham, bam. Thank you. You're the man.
See, you're talented. This
That's
is
right.
why
That's
Mr. Moneybags hired you.
That's exactly why.
This is why he hired
That's
you.
because J. Cole is it.
Woo!
Hashtag, yes, he is.
Yikes.
That's gonna stick.
That's how you open up the show, though.
That's how
J.
you
Cole is it.
That
That's
is-
how you open the show.
that is
I
how-
like how you played that.
Thank you very much.
You played it.
I have learned from the best.
Ooh, who? Benny Hill?
That.
Who's the man? I'm the man. Benny Hill?
I don't think that was
the Benny Hill
That
music.
wasn't the Benny Hill music?
No, the Benny Hill music was.
That was it. With fast forwarding through.
And racist. Somebody in blackface and somebody grabbing.
Always.
some
Grabbing,
voluptuous-
groping women.
Yeah, the only buxom, boobed Britain
In the whole.
the whole kingdom.
Kingdom.
It's a kingdom, Josh.
It is.
It's a kingdom.
United.
And you better understand that, sir.
That's right.
Right. What are we doing right now? I don't know what's happening.
Where are we?
Where are we? Oh!
We're not.
the robot.
We're not in prison. I can tell you that right now.
You know, I'm always in the prison of my mind. Always.
Truly.
I'm always in the prison of my mind.
Truly. We the robot.
We the Robot. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to We the Robot, FCN's premier Mr. Robot live streaming pregame show. Yeah, right?
I already started pre-gaming.
You pre-game?
I had a little before the.
I got a little sneaky peek, yeah. Let's get this party started with a little sneaky peek.
Little sneak.
Yeah, a little sneaky peek.
All right, well, you partake. I already partook.
You already partooken?
I partaken.
Partaketh. I think a lot of people think that like my natural speaking voice is actually really high. I think I do that voice for comedy my whole life.
Yes, definitely.
I think this is like my natural.
That is the voice. That's the voice I'm used to hearing.
Yeah. But for comedy, I always go up here because comedy is funnier, man. Especially when you black. All black comedians got to be up here, man. Kevin Hart talk up here.
He does.
Chris Tucker talk up here. The Revolution talk up here for comedy.
But not the greatest.
Richard? Oh, Benny Hill.
He's not black. Although as discussed, he did blackface.
He did do blackface.
So.
No, okay. So we just went off on the tangent, people. We don't care. We love improv. Improv Jesus.
Improv Jesus in the house.
In the house. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Mr. Robot live stream pregame show. What we like to do here on FCN is we literally like to pregame. We don't like doing the post-show reviews. We want to get to you all, the fans, before the show starts. We want to make our bold predictions. We want to have everything that you want to know before the actual show starts.
Before it happens.
We want to be those people.
Pregame.
We're going to pregame it.
We're going to pregame it. All the way. From beginning to end.
The hell out of it.
That's right.
I'm talking like, bless the hang of the game. Your mother sucks in hell.
The power of Christ, the power of improv Jesus compels you. The power of improv Jesus compels you. Off the rails. Already.
Yeah. Well, this is gonna go.
We got somebody producing this gig? Yeah. Oh, Lord have mercy.
Okay, well, so you all get the shtick here, what we're gonna do. So without further ado, so we don't have to keep slap passing around, showing people our many gifts and talents.
Right.
Let's get to the recap of Mr. Robot Season 2 that we call Random Access Memory. Hit it!
Ways that anything like this in the past. This is going to be affecting our economy in ways that are extraordinarily significant. The FBI.
We got the 7-minute running. The 7-minute recap is running. You cleared
There hasn't been anything like this in the past. This is going to be affecting our economy in ways that are extraordinarily significant. The FBI announced today that Tyrell Wellick and F Society engaged in this attack.
Hello again. I know we haven't talked in a while.
Today started just like yesterday and the day before that. At 8 a.m., my daily program begins by having breakfast with my friend Leon.
Existence could be beautiful or it could be ugly, but that's on you.
At 2 p.m., we'll check out a basketball game.
I'm ready. There's something on your mind. Keeping this inside isn't going to last.
At 6 p.m., I have dinner with Leon. We eat most meals together.
See you in the morning.
And then I go to bed. Now is when I need the regimen the most. To stay as sane as possible until he's gone.
We can't stay here. There is more work to be done. Our revolution needs a leader. And what are we doing instead? Journaling. I am not to be gotten rid of. This control you think you have? It's an illusion.
We are in a war, and we are on the losing side of it. These are the cowards we are dealing with. We have been on our knees for too long, and it's time to stand up.
I'm Agent Piero, FBI Cybercrime Division. They're hackers. Brazen. They believe in hiding in plain sight. You gotta be kidding me.
The FBI signed your arcade.
We might be owned.
They have a secret surveillance program on us.
We don't have much time.
The FBI nabs you, it's lights out.
What's the plan?
Can't stay here.
Guys! Just go. Hello! You two don't need to be here. We'll wipe down the house and figure it out. We're in trouble this time. All of us. I need you to help.
You want me to hack the FBI?
I'll give you a small device which you'll take to work. Drop at the Fed's office on the 23rd floor and walk away. Simple.
Hey! Ollie Parker told me about the CD at Allsafe. I've been having you tracked ever since.
I'm gonna confess.
You're not gonna tell me where you're taking me? Who are you?
I am a woman of time. I wanted to meet so I could find out why you are so special to Philip Price.
I don't know what you want.
I know you have sensitive information and I don't want you to release it. You are at the intersection of all of it. It's no coincidence that you and Mr. Alderson became who you are.
What does this have to do with Elliot?
Elliot? Elliot, how are your interactions with him?
Since I've been at my mom's, I wanted to get rid of him. But you can't destroy a part of yourself.
Elliot, you know you haven't been staying with your mother, right?
I know. I'm sorry for not telling you, but I needed this in order to get better. This will be the last time I keep things from you. I promise. Tell me what I want to know. Tell me where Tyrell is.
Remember the night of the hack?
The popcorn. That's where Darlene said she hid that gun. It was either us or him.
I know you're working with my husband. Tell me where he is. I know he's alive. That's why he sent me this phone.
You talked to him?
Hello?
Bonsoir, Elliot.
This is just another of Mr. Robot's mind tricks.
We're close.
Close to what?
Dark Army told me that stage 2 is ready.
We have to be careful now.
We're on the other side of something we never signed up for.
Making the Dark Army nervous.
I don't trust the Dark Army. They're trying to cover their tracks, and right now, we're the tracks.
Keep it together. They don't own us.
I I just wanted to tell you how sorry I am. I know you guys were close. You're gonna want to talk to me. We're not so different. We've both been a part of one of the biggest events in world history.
Believe what you want, but neither you nor I are special.
If you're open to changing your mind, I'd like to show you something. You're a lot more special than you think.
You've got to be kidding me.
Ready to look at what we accomplished?
When is stage 2?
You really don't remember this, do you?
Mr. Robot, Terrell, Dark Army, and White Rose are in cahoots to plan something big.
What's this all for?
You said to Darlene before we started this thing that we had to go all the way. It was all part of the plan. Otherwise, what was the point of the hack?
We're not hacking anything. It's over. I'm deleting the malware.
You do that and everything we've worked for is gone.
Elliot, I am warning you.
I want it shut down.
Touch that keyboard and then we'll shoot you.
No, he won't. It's time to finally take back control.
You said to stop anyone who gets in the way of our plan. I didn't know what you meant, but now it's very clear.
You did this to yourself, Elliot.
Terrell, you did what needed to be done.
Okay.
Don't let anyone near him. I should be the first person he sees when he wakes up.
Are we back?
Yeah, I think we
Are we back? Oh, okay.
You
I was checking notes out, man. I figured, we had plenty of time. That was the longest.
We don't have to. That's the longest recap. We was sitting over here. I almost forgot where I was at. I almost lost
again.
Yep. So, hey, I just want to say this real quick before we begin. Okay.
Let's do it.
Let me just say this. What I'm about to say, I'm sure there are a lot of people who could be like, you ain't that good looking no way. You funny looking. You know, I could get that.
Okay.
There's a selection of people out there that could say that I'm not all that, and which is true.
I can.
Some women, I'm a rich woman's dream and a poor woman's fantasy. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know it. I dig it the most, baby.
Hey, I knew that you did. I got light skinned mafia out there telling me to button up my shirt. What's happening right
is that
now?
right?
This is what happens.
Too much machismo going on right
there?
there?
Baby. I had to button it up. So anyway, Rami Malek is a funny looking dude, man. I don't know if I can watch a whole nother season looking at his bug eyed. He looks like a well curated thumb.
Wait a minute.
He looks like a hipster thumb.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's my take.
I'm gonna.
Yeah.
I'm gonna abstain.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think it's.
I'm a hater if I say this. I'm sure that they out there saying I'm a hater.
And if I say it, I'm a racist.
Oh, if you agree, you definitely a racist.
So I'm just gonna pull a Rami Malek.
You gonna pull a? Okay, I thought you was pulling a Camelo. I thought you was gonna really throw your insults from deep.
Are you guys listening? I don't know what Raven's talking about.
Yeah.
He's talking about bug eyes, funny looks.
Snap out of it, man! You're not real. I'm real, man.
Is this real?
Yeah, I'm Mr. Ravo.
Mr. Ravo.
I am so sorry, y'all. Y'all supposed to actually get a show here.
I'm not sorry.
You're not sorry?
Sorry, not sorry.
Sorry, not sorry. You're unapologetically an asshole?
That is it, actually.
Okay.
That is it.
So, back to the show. What was your favorite plot line of the season 2?
Okay, so this was...
So here are my plot lines. I would say Elliot Prison.
Yes.
Darlene at F Society.
Yes.
Agent Dom.
Dom, yeah.
And Angela and E Corp.
And E Corp, yep.
Is there another one? Joanna.
Oh, and Joanna, yes.
Joanna and Tyrell.
Definitely.
And her whole goings on. What was
her
your favorite
choke
plot
sex,
line?
all that.
Yeah, choke sex, baby.
Yes.
I like to be choked. Anyway, that's what we're on this.
We're not going to get on another tangent.
Okay, I'm sorry.
We're going to move with the show. So my favorite plot line actually was Dom. Absolutely. I'm gonna tell you something, because that's the kind of character I usually do not like. Like the kind of jerk ass agent who is coming with their law enforcement power and trying to enforce it onto the criminals, because usually criminals are the people that we're rooting for in movies and TV, right?
Yeah,
that's
like
how we're writing.
heroes.
Exactly. That's what we love.
Yeah.
But for some reason, I really like Dom. I love her vulnerability. I love the fact that they show her at home, talking to Alexa. Like, you have no life. You're talking to Alexa and having, like, I love you conversations with her.
Did you really find her to be vulnerable when she was with other people, or when she was by herself?
Oh no, just when she was by herself. That was what they were doing. They were showing kind of that contrast of her by herself, because when she's with other people, she can be a attitude having person.
Herself like that she was. She was puffing herself up like she really wasn't that. Because can I say this though?
Yeah.
That sad masturbation scene.
That was the saddest,
nerdiest jerk off I'd ever seen. Captured in 16:9.
First of all,
in 1080.
Why was she going at it the way that's how I look when I'm going at it. That threw me all the way off. I didn't know.
Very masculine.
I had to pause. I was watching, on Amazon. I had to pause it and put the phone down, go away, and come back.
That was an aggressive jerk off.
It was aggressive. So
that was an aggressive jerk off.
Yeah, I don't even remember what we're talking about now. Exactly. But I don't know that she necessarily puffed herself up. I think, and that was the reason why I liked her, because she wasn't inflating herself. She was who she was presenting herself to be.
What? Nah,
she was a very good instinctual detective.
Yes.
She was on point with almost all of her, theories on the subject.
But when you say vulnerable, I think she was the most disingenuous person on the show. Like, everybody had like they kept saying that everybody's secrets. Like, they kept talking about secrets, right?
Oh, yeah.
But when White Rose tried to ask her about that, I think that her whole backstory was bull.
Yeah.
I don't believe that was real.
Yeah.
I think when Ahmed was closing,
and
she was talking about the best turkey sandwich, I think she just only cared about herself losing this turkey sandwich.
Yes, I agree.
I just don't think she was genuine. I think that she is an accomplished liar because she's a great detective. Because she knows people are reading her and she's trying to read them. That's just my opinion. I'm not taking that away from you. I'm not
but I see everything that you're seeing.
Yeah.
I do see that. So maybe if I said, what did I say? I said that she presents herself who she really is. Maybe that was a little inaccurate. What I mean to say is, as far as an FBI agent.
Oh, a POS.
Yes.
Okay.
So that's my favorite storyline. What about yours, Rainbow?
My favorite storyline, forget the FBI. I don't know. I just felt like being an 11-year-old black girl from Compton.
Just like that.
Yeah, just like that. My favorite dude is easily I approach the microphone because I ain't no joke. It had to be Elliot Prison. That was because it was masterful.
It was
masterful.
Yep.
I had a couple notes that I wanted to. I think whose notes are those? Those are yours.
Mm-hmm.
Here's some. Yeah, that's fine. When you go back and you do like a rewatch, right?
Yeah.
When Elliot, he kept cutting off Dr. Goodgood, because that's what I call it, because she got those crazy eyes. What's her name in real life? I can't think of what her name is in real life. But
Gloria Rubens.
Yeah, Gloria Rubens. I always think about her from Time Cop, that she screwed Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Yeah.
She screwed him over for Ron Silver.
Yeah.
For that position.
For Ron Silver, yep.
For Ron Silver. That's the inside. Y'all get to Ron Silver at some point.
At some time.
They'll learn about Ron Silver. But when he kept cutting her off because she was getting ready to say, how are you doing in jail?
Right.
How are you doing? And he was, putting up this immediate wall.
Yeah.
Because he said at the end when he got there that he had to create this for himself.
And man, he creates vivid worlds.
He is a masterful world builder.
Yeah, definitely.
He can build one heck of a world. I don't know. I don't have a real one of those. What are those thought think piece? The thought. What are those people? thought creators. Who are those people?
Thought
leaders.
Thought leaders.
Thought leaders.
You're not a thought leader?
I'm a thought leader. I am. I would say I'm the Pied Piper of thoughts, but right now, the other Ara Kelly is not.
Ara Lucian.
Yeah. That's the Pied Piper. I'm not. It's too many Pied Pipers from the South Side of Chicago.
Yeah, we don't
whistling Dixie to thoughts. Mine are of age though. R. Kelly taking little girl thoughts. I'm taking a mama.
Definitely.
I've always taken thought mama.
Yes. Always. That's the consistency from our. That's what that's called a life story.
Yes.
Right?
Very iconic. Very iconic. So, but the prison, and can I say like my favorite character comes from that whole moment?
Mm-hmm.
Is Leon.
Oh man.
Leon is the
Joey
MVP.
Badass.
Joey Badass,
yeah.
man.
Yeah.
I think that the producers are smart and saw how we the fans, we the robot fans resonated with Joey.
Oh, definitely.
And I hope Joey gets a lot of tick in season 3.
Yeah.
I mean,
I feel like, especially with the way they ended it, that they're gonna bring him in, definitely. I had a couple favorite characters, but I had to actually pick Philip, the head of the CEO of E Corp.
E Corp.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, and BD Wong, the White Rose was definitely on that list.
Yeah, I loved him a lot more in season 1.
But
I love BD Wong. I tweeted him a lot. He tweeted back a couple times.
Oh, yeah.
He's a huge fan of other people that we're affiliated with. Jamie Broadnax of Black Girl Nerds. Always getting the tweets from BD Wong.
From BD Wong. He love him some Jamie.
He love him some
Now
Jamie.
that was hate.
That was clear, unadulterated.
And yet at the same time, a shout out.
And clearly admiration. Captain Kirk. Go ahead. We just always rattling off. Go ahead.
So anyway,
I'm sorry.
But I know this is an uncommon pick for me, to pick the rich white man as the person that
I'm glad you said, because I'm always tired of being a race baiter.
Well, but there besides our girl Gloria. There really aren't any black women characters who are automatically my favorite in any.
Yeah. We know what you like, John.
But Philip, I don't know. I like his voice.
Yes.
I really like his voice.
Yes.
It draws me in every time he's on screen.
True.
And just his storyline. And I think if they get into a little more of White Rose's backstory, it'll draw me in a little more.
I don't want it.
And I understand that. I understand not having that knowledge as being part of who and what he is.
Yeah.
But it's just something about Philip's character. So that's my guy.
I respect that Philip is dope. Philip is really dope. I respect that. I really respect that.
Thank you.
Yeah. So.
Do you respect it though?
Are you taking a shot at me right now, baby? You know what? On that note of watching a white man assault a black man on social media, we'll be back after this break. Stay tuned. We the Robot.
Your abuse of the poor, your corruption of governments, your cover-ups of the murder of innocent, ordinary citizens, all for the sake of profit. This is why we at F-Society have decided you must die. We are malicious and hostile. We do not compromise. We are relentless. We will not stop until every tentacle of your evil monstrosity is sliced off at the nerve. Consider yourself warned.
Okay.
We're back.
Okay. You have zero mystique about you. You are just full on. And if you see what I'm seeing, this hood is very pointed.
Yeah, I asked our director, is it pointed? He's like, no, man, look good.
Nah, it's very clams-like.
I
bro.
can't have a pointed hood.
Well, you got a pointed hood and a beard, and it's not even a swaggy, John B. beard. Like you used to do the John B. joint,
I did. I
man.
rocked the hell out of that.
You rocked it, man. And then you just, right now with the hood and it was pointed, and then the redneck gotta get a redneck, and the redneck gotta get a redneck. I need him in the morning to go bale some hay. That's what you look like.
That's what I look like right
you
now.
Look like that.
A redneck.
You had a pointed hood.
Touche.
Okay.
Last time I'll ever take a shot at you on live TV. Lesson learned.
Oh, yeah. Well, I didn't even remember that. So you should have just shut up then. You should have just shut up. So, we're back. We the Robot. I'm the Revolution, and with me is Jaco. I'm talking about Mr. Robot before it begins. How much time do we have before the show?
You have literally 3 minutes.
Okay, we have 3 minutes. Real quick, let's try to cover some bases. What was your favorite moment of season 2?
Favorite moment. My favorite moment was when he was taking those Adderall pills.
Yeah.
And it was that nice break from all the gray, like this funny, hey, life is good. I love that kind of, break from the gloom and doom of this entire season.
Yeah, well, the entire series. Yeah, what time is it? It's 9:30. Oh! We got all the time.
Who told you a show that started at 9:30?
I don't know. It's 30-minute show and y'all got started. So I'm like, y'all got 30 whole minutes. My bad.
30 whole minutes?
We got 3 minutes. She didn't see. This is what happened. Okay, just back up. Don't.
So our technical director let us down. Our producers let us down. We out here on our own, Rayvo.
Yeah, man.
We the Robot.
He's the one who reminded me.
I'm about to be me. I don't know. I couldn't think of anything clever. I just gave up. I was pump faking. I was like, ugh.
Now that we can take our time,
we can spread our wings and fly away
to a place that we long for.
I don't know what is happening right now.
I didn't think I would take my time.
Woo, boy, pre-game.
What happens when you drink before you speak? Drink before you speak.
Hey.
Drink before you speak. Hey.
So what was your favorite moment?
My favorite moment, Mr. Robot Season 2. I got a couple.
Okay.
I really, really enjoyed when Angela went to karaoke and she sang Everybody Wants to Rule the World.
Uh-huh.
And I love the tone, the somber element of it, and then the juxtaposition of Darlene and F Society.
Yes.
And what was the old girl name? What was the attorney?
Susan Jacobs.
Susan Jacobs. Who was one of our favorite shiesty attorneys growing up?
Andy Jacobs.
Andy Jacobs.
Yes, I remember.
You remember Andy Jacobs? The shysters. We used to have a subgroup of our clique. FSB is
FSB. The BDC is FSB.
No one asks about FSB. Okay?
It's as secretive as the Dark Army.
As the Dark Army. Yeah, but I love that scene. That scene was completely awesome to me.
Yeah, it was.
And then, what was another scene that I had? The post-credit scene, season 2, with Mobley, Trent, and then Leon showing
Leon
up.
came, yeah.
Bro, that was, to me, like it's easy to say when the Dark Army came and intimidated Agent Dom. Like that scene was dope.
Yeah.
Like it was dope. I like dopeness, but like I don't think that people out there really get that I'm not marveled by spectacle.
Right.
I like subtlety. I love those subtle moments. You gotta that you have to glue, you have to tune yourself in.
Oh yeah, and this show was full of those.
It's nothing but that. Like, you cannot watch this show and do different things. That what's all the snicker doing?
Because I was like, oh, like not Scandal, where you just do whatever you want to do.
Yes,
like not Scandal. Yeah,
absolutely.
Touche.
Hashtag
not Scandal.
Hashtag not Scandal.
Yes.
I have one of my God-forsaken, incredibly feminine long eyelashes jammed into my eye. It's awful. These things are awful. I don't know why anybody wants these.
I couldn't tell you. Do people shave those at all?
No, I try to pull them. I yank them. Ma'am, you're not on camera right now. Okay, just stay out of the show right now. Okay,
One too many inserts.
We don't need. Yeah, you inserted yourself too much into this broadcast. We're good on you.
We good.
We're good. Over there looking like, I thought I looked like a homeless person.
Today?
She's a homeless person.
No, baby. You're looking at the man over here.
Who's the man? Who haven't been told to button up?
Button up?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, do you think, I mean, I'm pretty sure, but do you think that Dom's conversation with White Rose saved her life? Like, he was like, okay, you cannot kill her.
Save whose life?
Agent Dom, when she talked to him the night before at that party, and they had that conversation in the clock room, and he showed her his dresses.
Yeah.
Then the next day, they came in and killed all the FBI agents, but not her.
Wow. That's, that was something that I absolutely did not roll over a few times in my head to say, what's going on with that? If we were to pontificate right now on the subject,
let's expound.
I wish we had some classical music playing, and then someone would serve us tea and crumpets, or perhaps a few biscuits.
Quite so.
Who doesn't love tea and a biscuit?
Well, I wonder if Elliot had any soggy biscuits.
Okay.
Because he was in prison.
Do not listen to the sound of my voice, whomever is watching. You better not Google soggy biscuits. You better not Google soggy biscuits. Do you hear me? Don't do it, people. You will regret it.
I'm going to comment a soggy biscuit link on the Facebook.
Please don't. You better not put no soggy biscuit link. There are mothers and children, J. Cole. There are mothers and children that watch this.
I'm totally inappropriate.
All the tens of viewers we have.
Yes, they are.
The tens.
Half of them are aghast right now.
Oh, sir.
The other half have no idea what we're talking about.
Sir, the other are rather crestfallen.
Crest.
Are we talking about this show still?
Are we doing anything right now?
I don't think so.
Are we being Ravo and J. Cole?
And we're being Ravo and J. Cole.
I mean,
like, we like the show, and we were assigned this beat.
Yes,
we were assigned
this is our beat,
to
right.
do this beat because we watch the show.
Yeah.
So, and I just don't like sitting around just because, I mean, y'all can find anybody talking about Mr. Robot.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
and we're talking about Mr. Robot.
We're talking about Mr. Robot.
Amongst our rants and tangents.
What is that in my drink?
An eyelash, possibly.
You know what? Somebody cue up bowling.
Cue that up. So,
okay, so where'd you leave off at?
We were talking about favorite something or others.
You were.
Oh no, we were talking about I had brought up how Dom did not die.
That she didn't die.
And was that because of White Rose? Yeah.
And to be honest with you, I had never thought about that. But so let me say this. I go back to, I completely thought that moment was disingenuous. It was fake. I don't know, but I think that both of them. Okay, so if I can in this moment right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
What if White Rose, right?
Mm-hmm.
Zane knew that Dom was full of S, right? Full of the old piss and vinegar and the old pooping beans, right?
Yes.
What if he knew that, right? And you trying to play mind games with me, you want to get psychological with me, I'll get psychological with you. I will leave you alive after killing all of your colleagues and maybe a couple friends, but you don't have friends because you're at home out there on 4chan rubbing it down like
yes. That's how it goes.
Dumpy. Oh snap! Uh-oh.
I think we have
we got a guest.
FCN Usher in the building.
We got a
squad
guest.
through.
We got a guest over the studio.
Yeah.
Let me get
Get up. Let's do this.
Yeah, let's
bring it in.
Yeah, get that set up here.
Yeah, come on.
Ladies and gentlemen, you know what? Can we, technical director, can you go to commercial?
Let's do a quick commercial. Start it from the beginning.
Yeah, we'll pick it back up.
PRF Society. Over the years, we've been watching you. Your financial abuse of the poor, your corruption of governments, your cover-ups of the murder of innocent, ordinary citizens, all for the sake of profit. This is why we at F Society have decided you must die. We are malicious and hostile. We do not compromise. We are relentless. We will not stop until every tentacle of your evil monstrosity is sliced off at the nerve. Consider yourself warned. You don't have a producer to point at you. You're supposed to have somebody because when they count down 3, 2, and then
that means we're live.
And then that way we know.
We all know that we're
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that didn't happen. So
we roll with the punches. Okay.
We are back.
Yes.
This is I've never seen them insert themselves into a broadcast.
That's why you don't hire homeless producers. That's the problem.
Do not hire producers off the street.
Sometimes you gotta pay for what you
get. What you pay for.
Listen.
Sometimes you get what you pay for. Cause if you try sometime, you get what you need. Oh yeah.
Well, we need a producer.
Who will work for scale. And by scale, I mean nothing. Not a thing. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm the Revolution, and you're watching We the Robot, and joining us is resident FCNer, pop culture, sports analyst. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the FCN desk. It is the Reggie Mathis. There it is.
Yes.
Big dog.
How you doing?
The producer was
the
letting
producer
us know.
let me know.
Let us know.
I'm
This is the
here.
camera.
I'm here.
Yeah,
I'm here.
Look at that. That's the first production that's been done tonight.
Yeah.
We've had plenty of comments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, so you said we had a question on Twitter?
Yes, you had a comment.
Okay.
At Thick Designer, her favorite moment from season 2 was the darkroom scene with the little girl asking all those weird questions.
Oh, yeah. You remember where Angela was in the room with the little girl, and it was like, do you ever cry during sex? And then it ended up White Rose was behind it.
Oh, yeah, no. I am a skilled liar. I don't.
Well, I'll just break it down real quick.
Real quick.
They snatch up Angela on the subway right after she finishes talking to Elliot.
Mm-hmm.
And they take her to this unknown house, and she goes in this room, and there's this old school computer, like it's a Commodore 64. It says on it, she got a little floppy disk. And the little girl starts asking her these questions. Like, you ever cry during sex? Is the key in the room? Like, what do you mean is the key in the room? Are you purple or red? That kind of stuff. So it was a psychological evaluation. And at the end,
What was that?
spoiler alert, do we have to say that?
No.
At the end, White Rose comes in. He's like, we had to be sure. You should have really died about 90 days ago, but I kept you alive. And I had to be sure that you wasn't going to, share this information with anybody. So he kept her alive.
What? I don't remember. What was I?
Well, I should say she kept her alive.
The little girl did?
No. White Rose is a she at this point. Because White Rose dresses up.
Yeah. Is he post-op or something now?
I don't know.
So then why are you saying she's a she?
Well, because
White Rose is the feminine form, right?
I think so, yeah.
I don't listen. Hold on. I hope.
And the minister is the male.
Yeah, I hope.
Yeah, that there's some
Say it, Reggie.
some type of recap. Get me back. Yeah.
Yeah, please. I don't know, Reggie. What was one of your favorite plot lines from season 2 of this robot?
Well, see, here's the thing about my favorite plot line. I would have one, if I kept up with it. But you know what? I'm gonna use this evening as my motivation to get back involved.
Okay. As your launch pad?
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay. Is this your boot disc?
There you go. There you go.
Sir. Thank you.
Nice.
I try.
Yeah.
I try. So you ain't seen Itch. Okay.
I've seen.
You can comment on our comments.
I can comment on the comments, and from what I've seen from my brother's comments, that's
you gleaned enough.
That's pretty much my extent. First 3 episodes, and then I was like, I'm gonna need some time before I.
It's funny because when I started watching, I watched 3 episodes and then I took a big break and then came back and finished it. So understood.
That wasn't me. The first time I watched it was from the beginning, like any other respectable fan.
Well, everybody can't be like you.
Binging spoils us. It does. But
you covering up the logo. We need the.
Oh, he's.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Sipping that slip.
Reggie actually has stroke around here, so I better do what he says. Like, you see how you're covering up the logo.
Oh yeah.
He got real black daddy on me. Hey son, you covering up the logo.
Young man.
Young man.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you don't know nothing.
Moving on.
You ain't got
Reggie ain't got.
Okay. Cool. All right, ladies and gentlemen. I hope the technical director is ready because right now it is time for us to go to our segment that we have dubbed Zero Node.
I think it's only like 7 seconds.
It's very short.
Very short.
Okay. So we're back.
We're back. Yeah.
Just say you're back.
Can we get a signal?
We're back.
We're back. I mean, it's just a little. Yeah. I mean, I get that FCN has sprang for these magnificent studios, and they're huge.
Yes.
Huge.
Yes.
I'm talking huge.
Listen,
Listen, let me tell you guys something right now. Let me tell you. Let me tell you right now, people. FCN is by far the most luxurious, the most absolute stunning. It is the most huge studio I've ever seen in my life. Okay, and let me tell you something. That Revolution, he's what a guy. He's one of my favorite blacks. If I have to rank all of my favorite blacks in the world all time, the Revolution is easily top 20. He is absolutely. There's Jesus, there's Condi, there's a whole lot of those blacks that come above the rate, but none higher than at least 19. Trust me when I tell you this. He's one of the smartest, one of the most blackest blacks I've ever known in the history of my life. Trust me when I say, guys, he's huge. And I don't mean that in a sexual innuendo.
Donald?
How does he know?
Well, before I was grabbing him by the cooter, by the hoo-ha, I was actually winking people's wangs. Trust me, it's huge.
Now we're not gonna get on. The FBI's not gonna be on us for this, right?
I don't know what anything is anymore.
Okay.
Can we get to?
No. Can you get to the fact that Hillary is still at large on the streets like F Society? I mean, come on, people. Hillary took down E Corp. What do we have to do? She should be in jail.
I love what you're doing with your hair.
No,
it's
the whole thing. I'm speechless.
Huge.
You just took over the show bigly.
Absolutely.
They're gonna track this IP address.
Oh, they kicking in the FCN door. They storming up the stairs.
They've got it. The building surrounded already.
I'm like, you can't come in here, Buster. I'm gonna turn into what's his name? The crazy white man. You know, there's a secret cabal of lizard aliens that are taking over this government.
Alex, what is his name?
It's Alex Jones.
Jones.
And I'm gonna tell you people out there, you good red-blooded Americans, that F Society has infiltrated with the alien cabal led by Barack Hussein bin Laden. Is that a good Alex? I think that was
that's a good Alex Jones.
I've never pulled out
that's a good.
And there he is.
What you gonna tell us?
I never pulled out. I stopped right there.
True.
It was all lies. It was like but I was
and right there, the statement still remains true.
I never pulled out. What's that? 10 minutes? 10 minutes of the show?
We should probably get to our actual predictions.
Okay.
Which is the whole point of pre-gaming, right?
That's the segment that we. Okay.
Okay, yeah, we announced Zero No. Zero No is our predictions portion of the show. So, what predictions do you have going into season 3? What do you think? What's one of the first things that you think is going to happen? What's one of your big predictions?
Okay, so I think that Elliot is not going to be successful in trying to stop all this. I think that this has been so far a bleak outcome. Like, their lesson in this show is you cannot stop these things from happening, and the bad things are going to continue to happen. So I don't think he's going to stop. We don't have even what remotely looks like a happy ending coming this season. So
I think Agent Dom definitely didn't have a happy ending last season.
She didn't. She gave up.
She did. She just
in
stopped.
the middle. It's like just for those who don't know, such as our guest, there was a scene where she was listening to, was it like Stephen Hawking?
She was
porn. Like someone was used a computer voice reading a porn.
Like she's like, "Come on,
story."
Tell me more. And she was beating off.
And she was beating off
to Steve.
It wasn't a gentle ladylike rub.
No, it was aggressive.
It was aggressive.
Rub it, baby. Squeeze
That can be a whole
it.
genre.
Oh, Stephen Hawking porn.
That can be a whole genre.
Oh,
there you go. Write it down.
Copyright FCN.
Write it
2017.
Down. That's a whole genre.
So yeah,
I'm interested.
No happy endings for Dom. No happy endings for anybody on this show.
Why are you stopping this brilliance that's happening right now? We're producing over here. We're giving people, everybody, who's
watching. How many?
They want some Stephen Hawking porn.
Do they?
Oh yeah, baby.
Did they say that, or you just said
Go harder, faster.
Nobody
do it,
wants.
Baby.
Nobody wants.
I think the world needs that. I think the world needs that.
They need Stephen Hawking porn. Josh, would you play? Can we produce this and you play Stephen? Can you give me your Stephen Hawking?
Oh wait, I was about to do.
Yeah.
Nobody wants Stephen Hawking porn, but I'm deleting it because I'm gonna be in the
You're
porn.
gonna be in the porn.
You're gonna be.
Oh yeah, baby.
No, you got to do the slump. I
Yeah.
need you to be
The head slightly
you
to.
slightly. Yeah, you got to do the jaw like Chris America.
Oh yeah, give it to me. Show me that big black ass.
There you go. There you go. There you go. There you go. That's the first scene right there. Big black ass.
Oh my god. Oh my god. We're in so much trouble. They gonna drag us through these different
Oh man. Oh man.
2 different groups.
Yes.
2 different groups.
And Steven don't play.
Oh no, Steven
don't play. He gonna roll up.
Yep.
He's gonna roll the slow.
He's gonna roll up on us like the Dark Army.
Yeah.
Break yourself, fool. What that you claim? Niggas is about to die tonight.
Well, if we had rails, we don't anymore. None.
Yes. It's
I mean, we
officially-
started off really off the rails,
Listen,
but at this point,
listen, this is officially.
Hey,
how much time we have left?
What I said.
6 minutes.
6
so
minutes.
are we going? 6 minutes.
Quick predictions.
Okay.
Your prediction for the season.
Elliot is not dead.
No.
Elliot's not dead. He's Mr. Robot.
Definitely.
He's the show, so he's not dead. Here's the thing that I want to know. This is what I want to ask anybody. Is Darlene going to sell F Society out? When we end and we see her, Don bring her into that room, and they have the whole FBI, who's it, what's it, the lines. What do they call that? Suspect. The thing with the picture in the middle and they linking everybody.
Is there a
What
name
is
for
that
that?
name
Yes.
for that?
I don't know. Suspectory lines.
Okay. We are the opposite of very smart brothers.
We are.
We
Yes.
are very ignorant brothers.
Listen.
$1 million ideas. Millions of dollars ideas.
Get the site. Hurry up. Go, Daddy. Right now.
Go Daddy.
$9.99. They got a special. Very
Ignorant.
brothers.
Are we spelling ignorant correct?
No.
Ignorant. Okay. Okay.
Ignorant.
That's
And
perfect.
We're very ignorant brothers is producing Stephen Hawking. Okay.
Stephen Hawking.
Okay.
That's the first thing up.
That's the first
thing.
Yeah.
That's the very ignorant
I
brothers.
don't think she is because I don't think she knows at this point that Wellick is even involved, right?
Yes, she does.
Oh, does she?
I think she does know, and I think that she was questioning like, whoa, how deep is Tyrell? Like, how like where does she fit on the totem pole?
Yeah.
And you got here's my thing that the reason why I ask is she gonna fold? Man, she's got a body on her, man. She got a body on her, baby. Now you know what happened on every episode of First 48. You go in that room, they gonna sit you down by yourself for about 8 hours. Tape's gonna come in. Hey, I'm sorry about that. I'm really sorry about that. It was a shift change. Anything I can do for you? You're like, yeah, let me get a cigarette. You're like, yeah, all right. Dude, light up. Hands shaking. So, what you got to tell us? Man, I wasn't even there, man. You know.
Yeah. That's how it
And
goes
then,
down.
yeah. Then they offer you a cheeseburger.
Yes, they have to offer you. I think that's in the guide. We have to offer you a cheeseburger. A cheeseburger. Can't have nothing on it.
No, it's just the nakedest,
cheeseburger,
rankest looking cheeseburger. It's like that's the kind of cheeseburger that'll make anybody go vegan.
Yes.
That like you're like, what the?
I just thought of a drinking game for the people that was watching this. They could have drunk every time J. Cole does this. They would have been blasted by now.
They could have drank every time we went
off subject. I think it coincides actually.
Okay. Did you say it coincides sexually?
Negative.
I
didn't say that.
Okay.
But it could.
Okay. You know what my stripper name is?
What's that?
Yes, I do.
You do?
I do.
What is it?
It is Full Panel.
It's Full Panel.
Full Panel.
It's Full Panel.
A 3 minute.
You throwing up gang signs, my nigga?
You rolling with Stephen Hawking? Is that what it is?
We're wrong.
Hey,
we're wrong.
Listen,
Stephen. I'm sorry. I'm
if
sorry.
making jokes is wrong, I don't wanna be right. Talking about Stephen Hawkins.
Oh, baby. My prediction.
My prediction. Okay, what's your prediction?
Are we supposed to say who's dying?
Yeah, I think that's a whole nother segment. You want? We got 3 minutes. Run the segment real quick. Just run the intro, just so we can just show it for 7 seconds.
That was quick.
That was quick.
I think Angela's gonna die.
just right in there.
We ain't got time to explain it. I just gotta say it. What about you?
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching FCN's live stream coverage pregame of Mr. Robot, known as We the Robot. We will be here. I hope next week.
Yes.
I hope
we're gonna
before
make
we go out that door that they not waiting for us.
They waiting.
We got what groups we got waiting on us? Every group.
Oh, definitely. ISIS is out there. They're waiting. They want you. They want your kids. They want your pension. They want everything that you have. They're going to kill you. They're going to kill you in your sleep like carbon monoxide. It is so true. Just watch. It's all in Hillary's emails. And F Society has hacked Hillary, and they took down E Corp. It all happened. It's true. It's true.
Weren't you E Corp? Weren't you?
I was a principal member of E Corp. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back hopefully next week.
I hope so.
Next week sometime.
Yeah. And I hope you guys like the broadcast. Trust me when I tell you that it was huge.